Hey woodworkers, welcome back. I thought I would talk about a problem that we all run into as makers, which is very annoying, and we think that we have elevated our skills to another level, and you think that we are beyond reproach and certainly mistakes, but we run into this. We run into taking our finished project to what is in theory the only flat reference surface in the shop. So our benches might have weird stuff going on that are not totally flat, but this is a dead flat surface. And you'll notice that there's a little bit of wiggle. And then we start kicking ourselves about, oh my gosh, why did that happen? I'm better than this. There's a whole host of reasons as to why this shows up, but the resolution here is pretty straightforward. So I think going through the checklists of things that we have done thus far, we would be tempted, in theory, to lay this thing down and then start cutting one of the longer legs, or taking a block plane to this, or doing some sanding, or even filing, or any other such options. I want to suggest an easier solution for us, which is going to seem insane, but I assure you it is the easiest solution to this problem. And again, we all run into this. All right, so from here, you can see the distance of that gap, right? So that gap is where it lives. And so what I need to do is I need to raise this blade to a specific dimension. So what I'm trying to avoid is if I raise the height of the blade to fully support this leg, and thereby the height of the blade is the exact gap that is present, this doesn't work, because you'll then be taking off too much material on one of the longer legs, and then now the gap will be going the opposite direction and you're chasing your tail. The trick of this is that you need to drop this blade to roughly half the thickness of that gap, and that will minimize the situation quite a bit. Once I've done that, then I need to go back to one of the longer legs. In this case, it is either this leg or the diagonal leg. I think that's what I want to do. All right. And yeah, you guessed it. I'm turning on the table saw, and then I'm going to drag this whole thing nice and flat all the way across until there's no more leg on this corner. And it should minimize where the gap lives over here. And it's not exact science. Sometimes you take off a little bit too little, maybe too much, but this is the easiest way to resolve this. So, okay, here we go. Okay, so you saw that I was cutting just on the one leg, and that was effective but not totally resolving the matter. So I had to cut both the legs diagonally, and it didn't really matter. I was going across the blade, with the blade, whatever. Because I have all of this other surface area to support, this kind of doesn't matter which direction I go, but I still have this gap that I need to take care of. So that tells me I just need to raise the blade up a touch more. and then go to round 2. There we go. Hopefully that was terrifying and enjoyable to watch. But the good news is, and I get it, I understand that watching this, you think that clearly there's a better way to do this. And the reality of things is that there kind of isn't. The science of this is that, and I should say the theory of this, hopefully backed by science, I don't know, is that because we have other references, the third option is what we're trying to remove. And so we have these reference faces or surface areas. So this will be able to get rid of that wobble, and then problem solved. All right, hopefully this helps in your future.